This is Fred Rowe from Sarah Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, writing, and lecturing on fly fishing in the Eastern Sierras since 1982. Let's get to the fish report. Well, I got a couple of quick things for you guys. First off, next Thursday, January 25th, I'll be at the Bart Hall Show in Long Beach. Come by the booth, say hi to me. We'll be doing some lectures there. And the other one, February 11th in Bishop, is going to be the Trout Rodeo. Come up, enter the fishing competition. It's catch and release for both fly fishing and spin fishing. Okay, let's talk about the fishing. Well, Upper Owens River, guess what? We're not getting any snow. When the storms come through, particularly at that area, at most we're getting an inch, 2 inches of snow. We can still drive out, go fish where we want to fish. Where do we want to fish? Well, one hand, feel like a broken record, but guess what? It is where the fish are. Deep holes, deep runs, cut banks. And what are we fishing up in there? Well, for me, I like big nymphs. And what am I fishing? Well, I'm fishing my stoner nymph pattern, which imitates the winter stoneflies, which are the squallas, and the little yellow stones, which are up on the Upper Owens. We're also using a green gold wire bodied prince nymph, and we're using variations of the hare's ears. Other people like fishing with egg patterns and worm patterns, like squirmy wormies and sandwad worms in red. Fish those flies down deep in those deep holes, deep pools, runs, cut banks, and guess what? That's where you're going to get those big trophy 18 to 20 inch fish. Now, if you want quantity of fish in the Owens River, in the upper, fish smaller flies. You won't get the big quantity you see in the summer, but you'll catch a fair number of 8 to 12 inch fish in there. Okay, let's go over to Hot Creek, another spot we can access. Be careful accessing the canyon as it gets snow on it and it melts a little bit. It gets icy in there. I've been known to slide halfway down the canyon before, so you don't want to do that. Don't be Fred sliding in the canyon. Okay, get down at the bottom, you get there in one piece. What are you going to do? You're going to nymph fish. What are you going to nymph fish with? Well, midge patterns and blue-wing olive nymph patterns. Tiger midges, zebra midges, beadhead flashback, pheasant tails, olive quildagons, Frenchies. That's what I'm using it. Okay, let's head down the hill. Well, I told you I wouldn't fish the lower Owens River unless the flows dropped. Well, guess what? They're down to 150 CFS and we're fishing it. I can wait it, and guess what? We're catching fish. Yep, we're getting 8 to 14 inch browns and rainbows. This week, I got a nice rainbow in there using the Euro nymph rig. What am I using on the Euro nymph rig? Well, I'm using olive, burlap caddis, I'm using the stoner, I'm using the olive quildagon, I'm using hotspot pheasant tails. What am I using under an indicator? Well, sometimes I use those flies, but a lot of times I'm using the tiger midges, the zebra midges, and the beadhead flashback pheasant tail. Why do I use different flies? Well, I use different leaders on the rigs so I can fish the smaller flies under the indicator. Okay, let's go over to Bishop Creek Canal and talk about it. The water's low. I don't seem to be spooking as many fish as I have in the past. They're in there. And again, I'm indicator and I'm Euro nymphing in there. Same flies that I'm using on the lower Owens. And we're doing great in there. Okay, this has been Fred Rowe from Sarah Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, Tuesdays over at Mahogany Smoked Meats, or on lpptv.us.